So, what I think what I've created is a little spiritual map of our body. And so far, it only has kind of two organs. I don't know if there's more. Um, for now, just today, I have discovered that there are at least two, and I would like to show you what those, for lack of better words, spiritual organs are, or other spiritual components. Not sure even if it's right to call them spiritual, but you'll see when I explain. So in the head we have a forum. This is where I imagine my higher self, my genuine self, myself that is literally in a higher dimension that sees others. It's in another dimension of conscious, um, and it's my higher self. Literally, it's my part. It's me that is all. This part is everything here, and everything there was that is stands to be defined as me, right? It encompasses everything and is nothing specific. It's all. This is why it's another dimension, right? But here, this higher self, me, can come down to the lower dimension and to the spiritual body, right? My physical body, but I can't even say spiritual. Let's say spiritual for lack of a better word, right? This first spiritual organ, for lack of a better word, I don't like the term, but it's a forum where my higher self is like in the arena, and all around me, and the light shines onto my higher self, and all around me there are all kinds of parts of me, that were ever existed, and I don't see their faces, particularly because the sun is shining at me, and but I do recognize some of them, and I don't know how many of them there are total. I don't know how really far this arena goes before I can see, and um, but it's irrelevant how many of them there are there. In this arena, as I stand, I can summon any part of me that I want, and I can summon several parts that I want to meet me at the arena and to talk. Uh, and so, for example, when I get triggered out of something, when my cat, I'm trying to train him, but when he fails to do how I want, I get triggered, for example, and then I notice this emotion and I try to detach from it. This exercise of detachment is the most valuable exercise of one of the most valuable exercises I've done. So I'm saying I'm not my anger. I am. It's part of me. It's just part of me. This is some part of me that is triggered. It's some kind of program that got triggered, and get triggered because of specific events that happened in my childhood at some time. That's why it's triggered, and it wants to tell something to me. It wants to protect somehow me, and I'm not sure if this protection in this moment serves my higher self. Of course, when this part was created, it would serve my higher self. But anyway, so I can summon this part that I got triggered to meet me in the arena, and while all others watch, I discuss with them, hey, like, how are you? Can you tell me more about like what troubles you? Can you speak your heart? Tell me. And I never judge my parts, of course. Well, sometimes, of course, I don't notice when I judge, but I talk to my parts, and like we, in a way, hash it out. Like, hey, I'm like, hey, so can you tell me more? And my part would be like, yeah, man, like, the fuck? Why is Cat not listening to me, man? That hurts. It hurts. And I'm like, damn, I see why that would hurt. Hold up, yeah. It's, because the reason the cat is running away is not doing what I want. It is because if he's not coming to me, it's because I get mad. It's because he is reflecting myself, my shadow self, my part, one of my parts that I don't see and I don't want to admit that I have. And this is the part that gets hurt because I don't see it. And not just that, and it hurts to protect me, to deny that this is who I am and who I am, what judgment, who passed this judgment, what part of me passed the judgment. And then maybe if I find this part and like I can talk to them, it's just part of the process. After I detach, there's many ways to go about it. I can go with the feeling, or I can go in this forum. I can go in the forum and I can hash it out if I have if it's difficult to fill out, or it depends. It's just one of the tactics to go in the forum, or not tactics, but it's hard to say. Maybe there's gotta be a space somewhere for meditation. Meditation, going above. Yes, I think over here should be meditation, going above and seeing it all. Anyway, I want to tell you about the other spiritual organ. This is the soul compass. This is where I find what I want. I imagine it a cylinder like this, and it has water on top and bottom. And then as I come in there, the water always has waves, always behaves, always moving. Almost always moving. I never, how should I say? The water is vibrating as my emotions are vibrating at the same frequencies, and the water it can bounce up and down. It can go in big waves. When I have apathy, the water is still like a 5-morning lake. Not a droplet, nothing. This is apathy. This is where nothing happens in my body. And I don't understand why I live. I don't understand what's the point of all of this. This is where I come into my compass and it tells me nothing. But most of the time I come in, I found how this compass, I come in, I stand into this, and I see the waves, I see my emotions, and now they can be swirling back and sucking onto each other and draining down when I feel deeply sad, or they can rage like huge wave and clash when I feel angry, or they can have a light breeze and spinning in a circle when I have harmony and peace. They can fluctuate in many patterns, going up and down, where I don't understand what's going on, but I can see what's going on. I can see this circle, I can visualize, and when I visualize, I can understand it better. I know what I want better. So this is where I go to find out what I really want, and sometimes I'm afraid to go where I want. And then I go into a forum and I talk to the part of me. Hey, why are you afraid? Can you tell me your truth? What do you think will happen if I go in there? And then the part would tell me, well, I would need to stop. I'll play. This is my part, and this is me. So, tell me why are you afraid to go to the soul compass? What bad would happen if you go in? I will probably find out things that I don't want to know, and I would find out things, and that would stop me from doing what I'm doing, from enjoying myself right now. And I don't want that. I don't want to know that truth. I don't want me to stop enjoying this moment. I don't want me to stop doing what I want. I don't want to die. I understand that. This is a really must be really painful feeling, and I understand why you would feel that way. This threatens your survival. If I go into that, if I go into my compass it might threaten your survival. You might cease existing. I understand why this would be so terrifying. And I I feel your deep pain and your deep cry. I feel I feel how it hurts for you to not be recognized for who you are, for just being, who you are. This pain of, I don't know, shall I say? Oh, I wanna go to my soul compass with my part. Let's go down and see this exercise. I'm going down to my soul compass with this part, and what am I seeing? I'm seeing uh, I'm seeing the water circling around like this really rapidly, and almost like it's trying to run away. But it can't run away, and it's jiggity, and it's like it's trying to run away. The water. It's not calm. It's not easy. It feels tense. The movements are rapid. When was the first time I could have felt like this? What are you trying to protect me from? I'm just sitting in my compass and being with this emotion, looking at it, accepting it, just being with it, just being with it. I start listening. I close my eyes as I start feeling it. But the vibrations are so much more powerful because I'm sitting right next to it. Felt like I just unlocked another level of it. I felt like there was a blocker on this emotion. I released the blocker and the emotion feels so much stronger. I feel a bit distracted because I'm recording this too. Oh, this emotion feels heavy. It stopped spinning. Now it feels like a bottomless pit. Like it's frozen in time and the water is almost not dripping. But it's frozen in like a waterfall, kind of falling straight down. Yeah, it's something I'm deathly afraid of. Is it to lose myself? Maybe. A signature, it feels familiar. Wow, it's really, really intense emotion. Probably 9 or 10 out of 10. Very. And it's still kind of mysterious to me. But that's okay. My compass tells me I want to return here. There's something in the way. And my compass tells me where to go. My compass tells me to go there. And there's something in the way. I don't know. I don't see what it is. So I'll use my brain, my body, to keep going there. To keep going to my part. To keep going towards myself. I can go back to forum and I can talk to my part. After feeling what it feels. I take like an elevator and I go from here to forum back, my higher self. And I talk to my part. Hey, man, I really feel you, man. This emotion. I understand why you're afraid for me to go to the campus. I'm sorry I just went and not consulted with you. I didn't think of that. What would you like? Do you see? What are you trying to protect me from? Trying to protect me from stopping doing what I want. You want me to keep doing what I want. Interestingly enough, our goals align. We just see different ways of achieving those goals. And we both want to do what we want. I want to follow my compass, and you want me. You just don't trust the compass. Is it? Yeah, you don't trust the compass. Is it? What if the compass tells you to kill you? What if the compass tells me to not care about you? Well, that's not true because, well, can the compass actually tell me something like that? Compass is part of me. Compass would never, if I listen to it correctly, if I interpret it correctly, because there's still my interpretation, right? Yeah, that's true. My my I put meaning. I could assign meaning to what I see and what I feel. My interpretation and my interpretation could be hijacked by my other parts. Though luckily I started seeing I noticed when other parts hijack my judgment, nor I let judgment be anything that I'm not content with or anywhere that I would have doubts. So does it mean I always interpret compass right? No. But hey, I'm learning to interpret it better every day. I decided to walk towards myself a little bit, a little bit, a little bit more each day, or a little bit each day. To walk to myself today. I walk this path. Tomorrow I walk this path. The day after tomorrow I might walk this path. But no matter what, little by little, I keep going to myself. I keep understanding. I keep understanding my compass better. I keep reading it. I keep interpreting it better. For once, or like finally, I notice that it's there. I acknowledge it. And I trust it to guide me. I know because when I misinterpret it or when I don't have enough awareness to go there, my emotions, my compass tells me, oh nope, going wrong way. Going the wrong way. But that's it, it just tells me that. It's not judging me, it's just my emotions. But the thing is, the longer I go into the direction that my compass doesn't want, the more aggressive it starts showing me. To the point where I ignore it for a long while. I think to the point where I can get sick. And then it tries to like turn my attention to it. Or something else happens. And then I try to bring my attention to it. I'm like, oh, well, I gotta change something here. Probably not doing what I want to be doing. I believe most diseases. I believe there is rationale behind saying that most diseases are psychosomatic. What's inside is coming out on the outside. Of course, unconsciously, it's like a part trying to. If somebody who gets sick, that part of them wanted attention so badly that they decided to get sick so that they would get attention from parents or boyfriend, girlfriend. This is how it usually works. But anyway, back to my part. It felt like my part didn't trust my compass. But my compass is always okay. I feel rationalizing right now is not the way to talk to this part. Just when my part tells me I don't trust the compass, and I go, but the compass is always right. I gaslight the feelings of my part, and so my part says I don't trust the compass. I would say, are you sure? Is that what you're feeling. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure. I don't want you going there because I don't trust what you will see there, I guess. What if it's something that's against me? Against what I want? I could see that. I could see that valid point. Yeah. A compass, theoretically, although I interpret what compass is. So, what if, I don't know if this will work, but this is just a wild idea. What if compass ever suggests something like that to do any harm to you? What if I just don't act upon it? What if I interpret it different? What if yeah, I stumbled a little bit in a dead end, I have to admit. But I walked a path today towards myself. I walked a path to understanding myself better, right? Where is it? Today was bigger than usually too. I walked a little more until I can't see where to go next. I stumble upon the dead end where my path today. So the dead end is where? Is that part of me doesn't trust to go the cylinder, and I'm not sure if you can trust not going into the cylinder or not. How could you not trust the cylinder? So I don't understand my part. I don't understand where it's coming from. I don't remember the first time I felt this feeling. Okay, but I can come back and ask more questions. So tell me more. Would you please tell me more? When you imagine me going into there, can you imagine me going into there and becoming more happier? No. You don't need to go there. I have all the answers. Oh. What makes you think your answers would serve me better than compass answers? My my answers are there to protect us. Okay, I understand. Protect from what? Well, protect from crazies in life, hardships in life. Protect from, I don't know, random shit can happen anytime. Right? Like, now you're good, tomorrow you have a tooth problem. Now you're good. Next minute you have a phone call and something goes to shits. Now you're good and then a message comes. Now you're good and then your cat starts puking. Now you're good and your computer broke, whatever, anything. You got hacked. Then they got stolen. You got bullied. I don't know. You fell down. Protect from that kind of shit, you know. So it sounds like protection from circumstances that are outside of my control. Just take, for example, falling. I would never purposefully fall, right? Or take, for example, my cat start burping or puking. I would never want that for my cat. And I would never intend that for my cat. If it would happen, it won't happen because I want it. It would just be part of life. And it is, and it is inevitable part of life. Actually, let's face the reality. And this reality, this is the fear response. The reality is that life has shit. Life has sorrow. Life has tragedy. Life has pain. Life has blood. Life has loss. Life has heartbreaks. Life is full of tragedy all around, actually. But at the same time, life is full of moments. Moments like this, where I can enjoy the comfort of my home, company of my cat, this this technology. It's a miracle, and that I have it. I can afford this. I produce enough value in the world so that I could use the work of others people, other imaginations. A little bit of capitalism here, a little bit of trade. My value for collective their value. This is all made by humans. This is designed by humans. And I bought this with the money that I made. Anyway, where was I? I bring value. I'm grateful for very lots of moments. And moment like this. And the value that I have, and the ripple effects that I'm doing. And for feeling, and for discovering myself, and for walking towards myself, and for this being interesting. For me being able to feel, for me being able to experience. I'm gonna abuse my cat a little bit. I'm sorry, Tachi. Just for a moment. I want you for my show. I wanna. Yeah, life is this. For feeling, for being in here. Oh, now I'm here and then I'm not. and why I live. That's the question. So yeah, my partner is afraid to trust the cylinder because what if the decisions the cylinder made are well, it's not gonna make decisions that have my protection in mind from factors outside of my control. From factors outside of my control. So, yeah. But that's the thing. They are out of my control. Do I need protection? It's more like I don't trust myself to withstand those challenges, to withstand those tragedies. I don't trust the compass to preserve me from dying, to preserve me from humiliation, to preserve me. Yeah. That's part of me. Part of me that doesn't do that. What is this trust built upon? Mistrust, rather. That's that bottomless emotion. Maybe that the universe is bad? No. Not resonating. Wow. I reached the dead end again. I don't see why I would mistrust myself to not be able to handle tragedies and bad situations. But I will leave this for the next time. I think I need to dig in the direction of I don't know, primordial fear. Something about universe and my parents. Not trusting myself is not trusting the universe. I'm going in there. I'm afraid maybe there's a fear of death here, real fear of death. Until I accept it, I'm gonna die. And there will be nothing left of me. Maybe this is the real fear. It's almost like this part is trying to protect me from taking too much risks. Because compass is risks. Compass is doing what I want. Compass is stepping out of boundaries. Compass is stepping out of stereotypes. Compass is doing what I genuinely want, and I can be ridiculed for that in the society. I can be booed, I can be shamed, I can be isolated, and that will lead to death. Being isolated, being shamed, being being an outcast. Well, that would equal death. So no, cannot go to Compass, and he will lead you to death. Holy shit! I uh, I went all the way until the bottom. Feels like of my part who triggered some kind of resistance as I was going into the compass. And I followed down this resistance, and I've noticed what it ultimately was afraid of, why it resisted me going, because this part of me felt like if I go and if I listen, it could lead me to death by humiliating myself, by stepping out of line, by doing something socially inappropriate, right? So this part of me is kind of trying to prevent those things from happening, including all. I guess it got mixed up into things which this is in my control, and others are not in my control, but it's the same thing. If something happens, I'm not able to handle it. But internally I screw up, or externally, I'm fucked, right? Anyway, this is really interesting, and I love the Itachi snoring. Wow, what a session. That was awesome. Not sure why I recorded it. Maybe putting it up is actually part of me that feels that I shouldn't be putting this up. But this is why I'm recording it. I want to put it up. Who cares if people, I mean, not who cares, but yeah, this part of me cares if people judge me and perceive it. Like, I see this part now. I recognize it. I see what it. I would recognize its face in the forum. And even though I didn't get to the bottom of its fear, or rather, I didn't get to resolution where this part ceases to exist, or rather, not ceases to exist, but rather ceases trying to take control from me, trusts me. Where this part trusts me, so it wouldn't trigger anymore. So it would become me in a way, because trust is incorporating parts of me that I. Yeah. So and that's okay. I didn't went to that resolution. Um, as long as I keep walking, eventually I will maybe find resolution with this part of me. And if I don't, it's okay too, because I'm having a journey. I'm having a journey, and most I'm afraid of is not going where I want, or I'll leave it for another time. I will leave it for another time.